Hi everybody, it's Mariana with Three Peaks Classroom. I just checked into my hotel here in Banff, Alberta. I am attending the Early Childhood Education Council conference. It's held annually. I'm on the committee to host it next year in Edmonton, but this time I get to be a delegate and I get to support the team that's doing it here in Banff. Now, if the audio sounds kind of funky, it's because I did not bring my microphone along to go with my cell phone. I wasn't planning on filming, but I thought, you know what, for those of you that aren't able to come to the conference, or if you don't live in Alberta and you're not sure what this conference is about, we are the largest specialist council in Alberta, which means we're the largest group of educators for a common cause, and that's for early childhood. So if you teach anywhere from pre-kindergarten all the way up to grade 3, this conference is designed for teachers to get a more tailored experience. You know, we've been to teacher conferences before, but they could range in sessions. These conferences, or this conference in particular, has sessions that are dedicated just for early childhood teachers. Now, you guys know my role. I support kids from K to 6 in my entire school with language learning, but I still love this conference. I love this committee, and I think what they do and what we do is important work. So anyways, I thought I would bring you guys along. I just checked into my hotel, so I'm going to flip the camera. I'm going to give you a really quick tour. I'm sharing this room with 2 other people. One of them is my cousin, so it's all good. And the other one is a good friend, so it's all good. But the rooms just got made up. So now's a good time to show you. They're not here right now. They're out for a drink. And after that, I'm going to take you guys along for the entire weekend. All right, I don't want to turn any lighting on, but we are staying at the Peaks Hotel here in Banff. From what I can tell, it's been recently either renovated or it's a brand new hotel. But right when you walk in, I'm going to turn the light on here. There we go. Here's the bathroom. It is super cute. Here's me and my cell phone. Hi. So yeah, I just checked in and it's really nice. The view looks incredible out the door. So I'm going to show you guys that. So 2 massive beds and big TV. We are going to be having a meeting tonight and everybody was asked to bring something. So I got donuts from the donut mill in Red Deer as I made my way down. Those look so good. So we're having a meeting, and then this poster board is going to be part of our presentation on Sunday. So we're gonna get that ready. And then we have t-shirts made up. It says Teacher of Tiny Humans. So every one of us on the committee gets to have one of those t-shirts, which we will probably be getting tonight. The actual conference is happening across the street at the Banff Park Lodge. I've never been there, so I'll give you guys a tour of that place. But for those of you that have never had the chance to go to Banff, if you've never been able to come to Banff, this is just a little snippet of what Banff is like. It is truly the most beautiful and magical place. So I just set up my stuff here. I brought my laptop in case I wanted to do some work, but then here are both of the beds. I'm probably sharing with my cousin. Yeah, pretty much standard bed, standard hotel room. But the bed looks comfy. Let's see. Oh, that's nice actually. Oh my goodness. That is actually really comfortable. Okay, that is really nice. I'm excited to sleep here tonight. But okay, it is currently 5:05. The registration table just opened, but my cousin and the rest of our committee are having a drink right now at a local bar. So I'm gonna go and meet them there. And then we're gonna make our way down to the conference and we're gonna sign in and register. And then I believe we have an opening keynote at around 7 p.m. I don't know yet what I'm gonna do for supper, we'll see. And then after that, we are meeting here in our hotel room to just kind of catch up with our committee, see how everybody's doing, plan out our weekend. And then on Saturday morning, we are going to be presenting our conference and we're going to be presenting the keynotes at our conference. And so I'm going to try and take you guys along for the entirety of this weekend. I'm going to be mindful of people's privacy though. I don't want to film if they're uncomfortable, hence why I didn't bring my microphone. I didn't want to draw too much attention to myself, but yeah, I'm going to try and take you guys along so you can get a little bit of a taste of what it's like to come to the ECEC conference here in Alberta. It's such a gorgeous day outside right now. It's 5 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. It's actually quite quiet out, but I'm heading down to the park to go grab a drink. It's a little chilly outside, but it feels good after being cooped up for so long in my car.
I mentioned something. His response was, I was first in all the elections. As much no one can beat me.
Is that mine?
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice presentation. It's very nice.
All right, my hair's kind of wonky. I went and enjoyed the hot tub at our hotel, and now I have 5 minutes. I'm gonna stop at one of the most iconic places in Banff, and I'm gonna grab myself some ice cream. Smells so good in here.
What? Yeah. Well, online. Wish I were doing it.
I got wowie cowie. So good.
Thank you.
So cozy. These are the sweaters.
How are we putting it in? Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so this is our.
I've just been putting the scaredy squirrel thing on.
Sorry, just so you guys can hear, because we had a meeting today. Number one thing is that. Could be. Should we mix the books in the bags? I don't think we should put all this in.
Oh, okay.
Good idea.
Okay, let me take some out.
Okay, I'm putting in my color.
Shirt that I should have sent back.
Do we help ourselves or, sorry, do we help ourselves?
All right, everybody, good morning. Today is day 2 of the conference, technically day 1 because we didn't have any sessions yesterday, but we are starting off the day bright and early. It's currently 7:30. I'm working the registration booth, so I have my lanyard and I have my brand new sweater. Today we're going to start with our keynote, and then we're going to move into some sessions. I'm hosting a session, or I'm moderating a session, I should say, in the afternoon, where we're going for an outside walk. I'm sitting by the really warm and cozy fire. It's actually kind of chilly out. It's like -12 right now. So anyways, I'm going to take you guys along as I journey through the ECEC conference this year.
Jobs every year, that's increased. This study shows Quebec psychological distress in teachers was twice as high as the rest of the population.
Like that would be so bad.
I'm grateful for myself.
Yeah, you are. Tell us why your clothes make you happy.
Sorry, my
All right, it is 12:40. I have exactly 5 minutes to change for my next session because, like I said, I am hosting a session this afternoon. And it's a walking session. We're doing like a 3-hour walk outside, which is going to be beautiful. You can tell it is absolutely stunningly gorgeous outside. The sun is shining, but I have 5 minutes to get ready, go back across the street and be ready for everybody that's coming for the session to let them know like you're in the right place, yada, yada, etc. So the morning went by in a blur. The keynote speaker was fantastic. And we learned a lot about grounding yourself and being able to find that positive, relaxing energy and bringing that into the classroom, because it's important for us to regulate ourselves first. We always need to come first so that we are regulated, so that we can take care of the unregulated kids that come into our classroom. So keynote speaker, fantastic. Tara Miller, wonderful. And then I did a breakout session with Lori McIntosh. If you don't follow her already on Instagram, you have to. She gives a ton of fantastic lesson ideas. The session was about her and like presenting a bunch of different books and really quick lesson ideas that you can take back into your classroom based on different picture books. So wonderful. Now I'm heading into a double session, walk in the woods, and then we're going to have our annual general meeting. And then after that, I'm going to unwind a little bit, head back into the hot tub for like an hour before my colleagues and I are going to go out for some supper and some karaoke later. So stay tuned for that.
Have you done the hike up to the back to what's now no longer a glacier but a beautiful waterfall? Okay. A lot of students that I teach just don't know where this goes and how important it is. So knowing that this works its way through and into the South. Everyone has to show up in that baggie and they have to show it to me before we go on a hike because they have to do their book bag. So literally they do this and in their baggie is the book they're going to bring on the hike that day. And it proves to me that they have one. I don't really care what the book is.
And so that's what they got feedback from members at that point that wanted to share things that mattered to them, things that were important to them.
Okay, I am back in my room now. If I look at my clock, it is 5:15 p.m. I've had a very long day at conference. It was awesome though. The only reason why I'm feeling so exhausted is because I did a 3-hour walk outside and it was absolutely glorious. But all that fresh air and sunshine and my legs now are tired. So I have about an hour before I have to get ready to meet my friends for supper. So I'm gonna go across the street to the hot tub again and I'm gonna enjoy the beautiful hot tub without children and without any sort of distraction. I just get to be there and enjoy. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Then I'm gonna get ready to go for supper and I'll take you guys along for that. And then tomorrow we're gonna be presenting our conference for next year and I'm part of that as well. And so I'll take you guys along for that and then I'll wrap up the video after that.
Jolene, please don't take it just because you can. Take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. See the Jolly Roger on the Giants shores.
Good morning. It is the third and final day of the ECEC conference. I'm showered and I'm ready to go and I'm heading over to the center now.
And use the alphabetic system to read and to write. Keep the end in mind of where we're going. Okay.
All right, so second layer we're going to dig into from that lens of affirmation and a provocation. Word that you mentioned earlier, pilot, she gets to that word and she sounds it out with the letter knowledge that she has. And she's sitting there, she doesn't know what to do.
I came back to my hotel room and packed up all my stuff. I will be checking out of here soon. My roommates are going to be staying one more night here in Banff, but I'm going to go home to my sweet little family. I'm excited to see them. It's been a while. It is currently 10:30. The last keynote is currently presenting, so I'm a little bit late, but I have to go check out my stuff. And then in 1 hour, my committee is going to be presenting for next year's conference. And we're going to let everybody know where it will be, the dates, the location, and most importantly, who our fabulous keynote presenters are. So we have a fun little thing that we're going to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to film any of it. I'm trying really hard not to get like people's faces in this video. Even though I know this is a public event and I'm allowed to take video, I just really want to be mindful of that. So I'm going to try and grab a few snippets of that. And then, yeah, once the conference is all finished, then we're going to wrap things up here, and that'll be conference ECEC 2024, all in a nutshell.
I don't actually know who I am anymore. I'm just like a shadow of myself. And I remember looking at this lady one.
Well, let's fast forward about 6 years later, and let's just say
there's 4 things to give away today. So, do you want me to do the table draw first? What we did? Okay. So the basket, because I did an electronic one, the basket goes to Amy Porter.
Okay, so I want to find a quiet spot. I'm still by Highway 1, so it's still a little noisy, and I did not bring my microphone, so hopefully the wind isn't too bad. But I wanted to sit down and give just a few final thoughts about ECEC conference. I've been on the committee since 2010. I took a few years off in between during COVID, but I've rejoined recently, and I'm really happy that I have. It's really unique being part of ECEC in this way. Having said that, I've only ever experienced the Early Childhood Educators Conference through the lens of a committee member. And so I'm privy to more information, and I'm part of more meetings and things like that, which has its pluses and its minuses, I guess. So for me, the conferences are a little bit longer because I have to be part of more meetings and I have to be always available, always helping everybody and things like that. A lot of my colleagues came and joined the conference this year, and they got it granted from our provincial union. So they were able to get a grant for, having their conference fee subsidized and having some of their meals subsidized and even their mileage as well subsidized. So they had a totally different experience, and rightfully so. They were able to pick and choose kind of like if they wanted to attend sessions or if they chose to sleep in or things like that. Whereas for me, I always have to be available at a session, moderating, etc. So it's a little different for me. But I will say the one negative thing about conference, and it's the same thing every year, and it happened at GECA as well, like our Edmonton conference, is that there are people that if you do come alone, it can feel quite lonely. And so I bumped into a lady who happened to win 2 prizes at the conference this year. And I was like, I was just making small talk with her. And she said she did feel quite lonely because she tried to convince other staff members to come, but she wasn't able to. So she came alone. And shout out to my friend that I met in the elevator, if you're happening to be watching this video. But she did say that having our little conference scavenger hunt really helped to break the ice because she could recognize other people doing similar activities, and so that kind of helped break the ice and get talking to people. I will say the session that I moderated yesterday, where it was a 3-hour walk in the woods, our leader did a great job of getting us to talk and communicate, and he would be like, okay, everybody form a group of 3 or form a group of 5, okay, and now you're going to introduce yourself. You're going to say your name, where you're from. You're also going to give me a little bumper sticker, like if you had to put a bumper sticker on your car, just kind of describing your time of life right now, like what would your bumper sticker say? Mine was honk if you are also potty training, by the way. That was my bumper sticker. So I think my leader, the tour guide yesterday, did a great job of introducing us to new people, and I really felt like as a group, even in the short 2-3 hour session that we had, we did start to bond with each other. So I think it comes down to that as well. But also there was no set social event at this particular conference. And part of the reason is because you're in Banff. There's so many things that you can do in Banff. For example, last night we went to sing karaoke. So if you have a group of friends, then it's a fantastic way to go and spend the evening. But if you do not have a group of friends, then I can see how that is very, very lonely. And I covered that on my Instagram page as well, how it can be very lonely going to a conference. So I would recommend, if you are able to get someone to come with you, 100% to do that. But if you're not, and if you are going alone, it is scary, but try and break out of your shell, try and get out of your comfort zone, and try and meet somebody new, because you never know if you might see them again at conference or at another event somewhere as well. And it's also good to have another teaching friend somewhere else in the province. Maybe your classes can become pen pals, or maybe you guys can just email each other and bounce ideas off of each other. Anyways, all of that being said, I am happy to say that the Early Childhood Education Council Conference of 2024 is now officially wrapped. The time is pretty much 1 o'clock on the nose. I have a 4-hour journey ahead of me. I definitely downloaded some podcasts to keep me occupied. It's going to be really hard to say goodbye to these mountains, though. This is one of, if not the biggest draw for coming to conference here in Banff, is for these mountains. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed following along. If you have any questions about the conference, or if you wanted to make a comment about anything that you saw in the video, let me know in the comments below. Have a great day, everybody. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.